Hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL Jedi Show. And this is a deadline stream for Gameweek 31. My name is Hafiz, and I would like to welcome Azmin to the stream. How are you, brother?
I can't hear you. Shoot,
Oh, Min,
I
maybe
can't
you
hear
can
you.
off. Maybe you can off your earphone. No, you cannot hear. Oh man. Maybe you can try login again, Min. All right. Because just before we streaming, we can hear your voice. Or you maybe you can. All right. So it will be me alone for now until Azmin try to connect back to the stream. Till we try to talk during offline. The audio sounds fine, but yeah, this happened when we start to streaming. But anyway, uh, like I mentioned to Azmin before we go to um, live stream, we almost missed the Game Week 31 deadline because the game come thick and fast, and the deadline is actually tonight, 1 a.m. Malaysian time. So we also scrambling for team news, and then we try to update what the current injury or the current team news for every teams that we have. But for now, what I can share in terms of Game Week 31, okay, we just wait for Azmin try to come in through maybe via his phone, or if he cannot make it to through his laptop. But anyway, the interesting part of Game Week 31, basically the big game, Man City versus Arsenal, who end up near nil. So if let's say you have the likes of the Arsenal defense or the Man City defense, yeah, you get the rewards. Yeah, the likes of, like, I think Saliba got that one extra bonus point, so it should be good. Let me share some of the deck for tonight, because we are going to discuss the team selection for sure, but what our team performed for Game Week 30. Let we share this until Azmin came in. A quick one for Game Week 31 stats in terms of captaincy. So as you can see, Haaland is the most captain in Game Week 30, and then he only scored 2 points. The second one is Sun, 1.5 million captain Sun in Game Week 30 and rewarded with 10 points. Salah slightly lower with 7 points, around 1.4 million managers captain the Egyptian midfielder. But if they say, I think the biggest winner would definitely be Cole Palmer with 15 points. At one point, I had Cole Palmer with my captain armband, but I decided, because there's a lot of FOMO in terms of getting Sun as the best captaincy for Game 30. Yes, the match could end up more than 10 points. Sun actually hit both of the posts in one chance, but at least he got that 3 bonus point and a goal, because Southampton did score uh, a goal, and then no clean sheet for Spurs yet again. Same case for Chelsea and Cole Palmer, but he actually scored a brace. That's where he got that 15 pointer, of which that's a better points for captaincy. So in terms of results, maybe 5 points different if let's say you captain Palmer, okay, but in the end, comparing to Salah, who actually can explode better in that game with 30, I think he got it around 21 shots against Brighton is a bit scary, but yes, we especially person like me who do not have Salah, was lucky not to get more damage from Salah because he only scored 7 points. In terms of top 100 managers ranking, game with 30 captains, Son is the most captain. So I'm surprised because I thought Salah would be the most captaincy, but it turns out to be Son, 71. Then after that, Salah, 22 managers. So 3 points different, but 3 points different still matters in terms of ranking. So we take that. But if let's say you captain Palmer, there is 5 managers in the top 100 who captain Palmer and got that 15 points. So well done. Other than that, there's still managers captain Haaland, only 2 points. But Muniz, who actually got more than 6 points, is a sweet Caesar kick at the last minute for against Sheffield United, right? And Fulham at one point who actually lost 4-1. The goal was overruled again by VAR, and then Fulham coming back in the last 7 minutes, 5 minutes, and that got that 2 goals, and Muniz got the last goal for Fulham. So well done. If let's say you have Muniz and just play him, 6 points still points to us, right? Some stats in terms of team of the week. This is the best players that you can manage for game week 30. 140 points if you have this player who's in the team. Martinez keeping a clean sheet. I think only 3 teams keeping clean sheet. I mentioned about Man City versus Arsenal, but Aston Villa kept a clean sheet. So 2-0 win against Wolves. Martinez in the mix and got that 10 points for sure. Then Konsa in defense, he scored a goal. I don't know whether it's intentional or not, but he got that goal, the clean sheet, 15 points. So that's, if you have one of the Konsa owner, you'll be frustrating in of his injury, and he got these points when it matters.
Testing.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe you just off your laptop or something.
I don't know what's going on. I'm really frustrated. I don't know why. The moment we go live, my audio disappears. My mic disappears. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But I can't hear you very well because if I turn off the speakers on my phone, shit. Hang on. Sorry.
Okay, let me. I already removed.
Wait. It's not gonna work. Testing. Can you hear me?
Okay, Min,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. We'll just have to grin it. I'm not sure what's going on.
Great. All right, Min. I'm just about touch of team of the week. If you can see there.
No, I can't.
All right. Never mind. I'll share you my deck. You just see at somewhere.
It's okay. I know what to do. Don't need to share. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
So basically, team of the week. I think we don't expect Sheffield United to dominate, but there are two players inside here. Brereton Diaz, the highest scorer of game week 30 with 18 points, and then Matt Burney with 11. No one expect that, but Sheffield United got a result 3-3 against Fulham.
Yep, I think it's it's crazy how Sheffield scored first, and it looked like they're gonna trounce Fulham, and but Fulham came back, and so it goes to show that Sheffield have the potential to score, and they're really going all out these days. But then again, the defensive issues at the back, and it was just one assault after another by Fulham that rallied under Marco Silva, again showing how resilient Fulham are now. And Sheffield United is a team that can, the moment they put their foot off the gas, they pay for it. So yeah, so they could have got 3 points out of this one. It getting one is just a loss. For them, it's a loss. At this stage of the game, they need full points. They had a chance, but they botched it.
Yeah, I think another interesting result last week, I think Newcastle versus West Ham. West Ham at a point lead, I think 3-1, and then Newcastle came back, and the star, Mr. Isaac, and the returning Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, I mean Harvey Barnes' return is quite good, and also the fact that right now Gordon is suspended and Almiron is also a doubt. So a lot of injuries to Newcastle players. So Barnes being back does help. Having said that, I do wonder whether he can play full a long time in midweek instead of 1 week break. So that's something that we'll have to see. But Newcastle are playing at home in midweek as well, so that could help.
Yeah, I think another interesting one, you mentioned about Gordon suspended, but he actually produced a hat-trick of assists, then red carded, 8 points in the end. Still decent, but definitely frustrating for their owner.
Yeah, because they would want him to be around for this match because it is against Everton. But it's just because he got the second yellow for kicking the ball away. I think it was. Okay. Yeah, so it wasn't even So it's also posed the interesting conundrum, because does the yellow card count towards his current 8-card tally? So apparently not. No. My understanding it doesn't, because he got the red, so it's become a red. So he's, after this getting suspension, he comes back and he's still on 8 yellow cards instead of 9.
Yeah. I don't know whether he meant that to avoid that 2-match ban, but he's come back to 8 yellows, and he will be suspended for this game against his former club, mate.
Oh, that's right. It's his former club. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let it be touched in the fixture. Other than that, I think nobody suspect the likes of maybe Kudus, any West Ham players. But Palmer is in there. 2 goals, 15 points. I did mention he's the best. If let's say you captain him, he's the best captaincy compared to Son and Salah, man.
Yeah, that's right. So you captain Palmer, didn't you? So
no. I decided in the end to captain Salah, Son, so I missed that extra 5.
Okay, all right. I mean, at least the thing with Salah, Son, is that at least he made off with max bonus as well. Yep. So at least that helped. Yeah, because Salah didn't get anything. So other than the goal. So in the end, second choice, okay lah. I'll take it.
Right. I'll take it, right. Okay. So other than that, I did mention only 3 teams keep clean sheet. Villa, Man City and Arsenal. Whoever thought Man City, Arsenal end up goalless, but it's a good result for Liverpool, right?
Oh yes, it was what I was hoping for. Obviously not great fantasy football wise, because it meant that those who fielded Gabriel or Akanji, they ended up with a clean sheet. Yeah, but yeah, it's fine, I guess. 1 clean sheet, but nothing. No return for Haaland, which was quite unusual. Yeah, no return for Saka either. So yeah, I mean, it was a stalemate, I guess. Not. It was very play cautious from what I saw of the match. So I don't mind. Liverpool
Okay.
go further up. So yeah.
All right, man. I just want to touch a bit how we perform because I'm waiting for you to come back. And quickly, we run through how we perform in game week 30, man.
Okay. Yeah.
As you can see, we scored both same point, 59. And
Yeah.
you're on wildcard. I did not make any transfer. We equals in points, average 47 points. But for me, it's a red arrow down to 42 to 45. How about you, man?
Mine was a green arrow, but up by about 200,000, give or take. Yeah.
All
So
right.
but it's a. I mean, of course, when you activate wildcards, I always say that everyone says that you should look at the effect of your wildcard on the long term and not just 1 week. But of
Okay.
course, I've always hold on to the fact that you whatever week you wildcard in, you would want to do well already. So for me,
Yeah.
it's quite disappointing. 59. I think that given the potential of the squad, I thought it could do better. I mean, because the thing is also annoying because I had the likes of Bowen and Kudus in my team
All
before
right.
wildcarded. But to be fair, there's plenty of dead wood in my team that I needed to get rid of anyway. Yeah. So in the end, not too unhappy, but I wish it could have been better. Yeah.
Right. I
So
think
like
that I think that's also being affected by Lascelles' injury really early in the game. So then you just left with 1 point. I think Chelsea also considered goals, so frustrating to double Chelsea player in defense, Petrovic and Gusto. So I think that could be a different story if let's say Chelsea kept a clean sheet. Okay, but
yeah.
mm,
I mean, it's all well good that say okay, Chelsea put at wild card in game week 30. Petrovic is a no-brainer, of course. But and then you see what happens because one thing we keep forgetting that I keep forgetting to take out because but although I did mention this earlier, a couple of weeks back, is that these teams are in desperado mode, so they will do what it takes to score. And
yeah.
we've seen that with Sheffield United. They're scoring.
Mhm.
We've seen that with Luton. Luton who
Yeah.
went into goal scoring mode a while back, a bit further than the rest. But at the same time, Burnley, they're scoring. So it's no longer a given that they'll keep a clean sheet because that we can keep a clean sheet against these people because they are in desperate mode. So you got to wonder how you plan your team for the rest of the season if you haven't wildcarded already. Should
All
you
right.
be picking just against these teams just because they are in the relegation zone? Because they're going all out now.
Understand. Another player that I just want to touch for your team is Muniz, man. He scored again. He well done. Did well for your team. 6 point.
Yep. So no, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the Muniz pick, and I don't see why, I need to continue. I don't see the reason not to continue playing him until the double game week where he doesn't play, and then we'll see. Yeah,
All right.
because it's just he's in his prime at the moment. He's just goal
Yeah.
scoring, and he had no burden, I should say.
Yep.
And at 4.5 is just cheap.
Yep. Great stuff for your team. As for my team, what else can I say? Yes, I got that lucky clean sheet for Gabriel, but other than that, Dubravka, Zabani, Brentford, Bournemouth versus Everton end up with 2-1, so no clean sheet whatsoever for both team. Other than that, I think I had Richarlison who actually only played in the last 5 minutes, so on sub on for Sun after he scored that goal. So uh, frustrating 1 pointer. Foden also Haaland no points. Solanke he scored a goal, yellow card, but still managed to get 2 bonus points. So happy there. But I think the most frustrating is definitely Watkins. He's actually sub off during halftime, and no return against Wolves, even though Villa won 2-0. So, and I think we can mention him in terms of a bit of team news about Watkins. Emery did mention he will not feature for this week. Right, I think I lost Azmin, so I think we continue first.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, man.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they fare against City this week. Yeah, because without the main goal threat, whether or not they can pose a threat, or is City going to run amok? Yeah, we'll talk about that shortly.
All right, Gustav, let's take a look up on game week 31 fixture, man. I
Yeah.
think it's a midweek. I did mention that we almost missed this deadline, man, because we thought on Saturday, but it's actually midweek. So it's a back-to-back game. Saturday now, Tuesday night, and then will be another Saturday deadline, man.
Yeah. So midweek, so plenty of action, and it's going down to the wire. This is this last 9 now matches, and there's still plenty to play for, and lots of interesting issues with each team. The main thing I'm wondering is, with both Manchester City and Arsenal having drawn the last game, obviously this game they need to go all out to win it and win convincingly. So I do feel there's going to be a backlash for this week for these teams.
Okay, I just read out the fixture, man. On paper, Arsenal have a good game against Luton. They should win against Luton. So, but Man City they are playing Villa, but it's at home. Villa decent, but they are gonna miss Watkins, so they're gonna affect in terms of Emery team performance. Other than that, Newcastle Everton. You did mention about Gordon missing this game, but it's vital for Everton to get result against Newcastle, who has been leaking. They're gonna miss Botman now, missing Lascelles, so I'm not sure how about the back line. Looks like Damien could come in, which is what been featured last week against West Ham. I think another one, London Derby, West Ham Spurs is an interesting one. Um, yep, both team decent, and they will definitely fight for this. Another good game in terms of on paper, Liverpool against Sheffield United. We expect Liverpool to win this and continue dominating at the top of the league. But can I say the big one in terms of fixture, Chelsea, Manchester? They really need to sort out this one because both end up drew in the last game week, man. So what interests you in terms of game week 31 fixture?
Yeah. So City versus Villa is really interesting now, because I think if you have Foden, you definitely want to keep him for this one, because I do feel that Villa is going to get wasted by City in a way. Arsenal, we all know that it's going to probably waste Luton as well. Yeah, the thing is that one thing to remember with Arsenal and City, and to a lesser extent Liverpool and Chelsea, Liverpool, is that the fact that they have the squad to manage for this kind of short game in between. So they have better training levels, better fitness levels, so they'll be able to sustain this. So will Luton and to Aston Villa be able to with the same core players? I don't think so. So I do feel this is where they're going to suffer. Newcastle, normally yes, but I do wonder, because with Newcastle's injuries problems, whether they can maintain that same magnitude that they did, momentum that they did against West Ham. Yeah, so they may come up short. West Ham Spurs is really a tough game to call. I'm not sure about that. So I don't know who still, for those who have Bowen, for example, they will probably still keep. But those who have Son, they would still keep. But then there is also a movement of people selling Son or the likes of Salah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Understand. All right, man. Maybe I can just share with the viewers that only 6 presser is happening before this deadline. Arteta, Edwards from Luton, Dizabi, Brighton, Pep Guardiola, Chris Wilder from Sheffield, and Unai Emery. So I think this the only information that we have. I just share a bit in terms of news from the Twitter itself. Let me read out in terms of team news. Yes, Unai Emery has confirmed that Oli Watkins will not be available to face the Man City. Okay, let me try to share this if you can see. All right. So as you can see, yep, Unai Emery has confirmed Ali Watkins will not be available. Other than that, in terms of Luton, not so much interest, but Rob Edwards did mention unsure about Doherty. Some people might have, same like me. Burke and Chong will be fit for the Arsenal game. So basically, they are becoming depleted more and facing Arsenal, who really good in terms of defense and attack at home. So they'll be fearful not having any. If you have triple up Arsenal, then it should be good. Other than that, Pep did mention about ruling out Nathan Ake, Edison, and Walker against Aston Villa. Joe Stones maybe, but I don't know about Ake injury, whether that will improve in terms of getting the likes of Guardiola, who actually people mention that could be an opportunity to get an Man City defense who so-called nail, but we know what happened when we mention about nail in terms of Man City asset. Yeah, the last one is Mikel Arteta did mention about Saka is fine. He had a sub out early. He should be available. Same for Martinelli. But Julian Timber may play again this season. But maybe not anytime soon. So, I think that's the team news that I have. I'm not sure whether you have any more info that you want to share.
So just commenting on the Saka news. So again, he said, okay, here's what he actually said. Yeah, he's fine. Obviously, we haven't trained, just recovered. We will have a short light session today to prepare the game, and we'll see whether he is in the best condition to start or not. So what the statement here is pretty much what he could say for everyone, which is they're gonna have no one's trained, just recovered, short light session. The reason that even Saka was being mentioned was because he was asked about Saka, but the way he answered is pretty much the same as he would answer to any question, because obviously with everyone you need to check whether they are in the best condition to start or not. So it doesn't say anything. So for me, again, Arsenal is fit, no problems there. And the rumors of him being benched are not gonna happen for me personally, because even it's a game that's supposedly simple like Luton. Because for me right now, every game's a must win, and you start with your best players and sub them out if needed. Yeah, so not an issue about him not starting. So that's just bullshit. So anyway, for Manchester City, I'm sorry. So City's has, although they did manage to get a draw despite a clean sheet against Arsenal, despite not having Edison, despite not having Kyle Walker, and also losing Nathan AK as well. So of course, John Stones, maybe he's not essential, but City still managed to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, so it's definitely looks good for City, and now they get to play Villa, who was missing the main goal threat. Yeah, and with McGinn still out as well, I do feel that Villa is gonna have a problem. I know I keep mentioning the City Villa match because I'm looking at it thinking this might be a match that people are not targeting, but maybe should be. But the reality is that those of you who still have City assets will play them anyway. So I just say that this could be something where there'll be more points than people expect this match. Anything else I want to mention? So I want to touch on. So because I want to touch on the games that there wasn't a press conference, which is Manchester United. So Manchester United, nothing much there, I guess. You meant the the biggest problem with Lindelof and Varane came out early against Brentford, so that may be an issue.
All right. There's not a lot of news coming in. I think we did mention Klopp, Pochettino, Ten Hag. We are not going to get any news before the deadline, which is nearing
Yeah.
like less than 1 hour. I mean, right?
Yeah, I know, because the thing is that it's less than an hour away. So just a quick one. So because when you look at the later matches, Chelsea, Manchester United being the last match, if you have players there, I don't think you need to worry too much, despite what in terms of the situation. As long as there's nothing that comes out that looks serious, it's just a doubt. I think you should continue to play them if you want. Although, to be fair, Chelsea versus Manchester United doesn't exactly look like a match where you get a lot of points from. Yeah, but just if you need a starting 11 and you have the likes of Gusto, who is doubtful because he seemed to hobble off in the match, I say it's okay. You can still play him.
You try your out. Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Let's go to transfer traffic. Just take a look
Yeah.
what people are interested in terms of the top transfer for game week 31. I'm not sure whether you're surprised, but the number one is Isaac right now. With around 516,000 managers have decided to bring the Swedish striker in. He's also conjectured with his 15 points in game week 30. I think 2 goals, 1 assist. So that's where the reason why Isaac is on top right now. Second is Salah. No surprise. People are bringing the Egyptian king to also Liverpool are playing in game week 34 double anyway. So you can see Salah and Darwin attract attention at second and third place. Then Palmer continue to attract new owners. If you don't have him, nothing much I can say. It's a no-brainer. You need to have him, despite maybe he's gonna play only 1 game in 34. Okay, 15 points from last week. And Mooney Smith, in top 5. So I'm pretty excited that he's still in the top 5. Last week also he's in top 5, and maybe he's also enabler to get Salah in midfield, getting those cash into midfield. In terms of top transfer out, the Watkins, no surprise. He's not playing double in game week 34. At the same time, he's injured. Areola also make away from this lineup where maybe the likes of the Liverpool keeper or maybe the Chelsea keeper, the Onana, maybe that's what people are getting in. Areola out also. He'll be out for a while, and Fabianski will deputize. Gordon, no surprise, suspended this game week. Walker injured, and Madison, maybe he doesn't produce anything against Luton. Maybe that's why people are taking him out and to find the likes of Salah. So, man, in terms of transfer game week 31, I said, man.
Yeah. No, well, it's no surprises really, because the typical transfer traffic of bringing in the highest performer, and Isaac is definitely one of them. And he plays Everton this week. And news that I have is Isaac has passed a fitness test. So the late fitness test, Bruno, Isaac, Shah, and Willock have all passed a late fitness test, so they all should be fine. Yeah. So good luck to those who brought in Isaac. Then you have Palmer, Muniz. Yeah. So these are the typical goal scorers, and Salah as well. So the biggest one, the one person who's there who hasn't scored is Darwin. Yeah. So we expect him to butt the trend, because at the end of the day, that's a matchup, Sheffield United. So you would want him to do well there. Transfers out, no real surprises. Madison, I guess, is the question, because he's not really injured, but then he's not getting enough points that you would like to, so he's being sacrificed for the likes of Salah. But especially Salah, I guess.
All right, this is the transfer traffic. If you're thinking about whether Isaac or Darwin for this week. Isaac the number 1 now, Darwin number 3, but Liverpool do double in game week 34. You're planning for long term. All right. A bit on suspension news. Just share a bit who's returning from suspension from game week 30. Regulon suspended 1 game, and Ahmad Diallo maybe not so much interest, but those players are returning and available for your selection. Who are still on ban list? John McGinn are going to serve his last match suspension. So do for Edson Alvarez, picking up 10 yellow card before this. We did mention about Gordon going to suspended this week, picking up 2 yellow cards, and Lawrence Assignan because 2 yellow and a red card against Chelsea. Although people are disputing whether that should be a penalty anyway and the send off, but that it is what it is. I mean, these are the players are banned, but the only big impact is Gordon.
Yeah. So it is. Yeah, Gordon's the biggest impact lah for those who have FPL players. So just quickly on the suspension tightrope. Yeah, Neil Jackson picks up. Yeah, so he's about to get suspended, but there's no one here that we would really want to consider for now as picks anymore.
Yep. All right. So next is maybe people also interest. We know CK should be in wildcard game week 31, but just take a look on wildcard draft. I mean, just a quick one. People are thinking whether if let's say I'm wildcarding this game week 31, how our team should be. So I snapshot FPL Zhao team before we streaming, and this is his latest wildcard draft, and you can see there he's tripling Liverpool players, but no Darwin inside this wildcard team. So Kelleher in goal, Bradley a cheap one in defense, and Salah for sure. No Darwin up front. He decided Guardiola. We did touch about Ake injured, so maybe Guardiola could actually seal that Man City spot. Gabriel still in defense, but only 1 Arsenal defense. He decided no Saka, but going different with Odegaard. He's going triple up Man City with Foden and Haaland. He still have Son there. He has Palmer, but he has Isaac up front. He's the most transfer in this week, and he feels that he wants Isaac over Darwin. So what do you think about his draft?
Yeah, Isaac definitely the thing. So the Kelleher and Bradley issue, that's why this is something that I struggled with when doing my own wildcard, because I just wasn't sure, because when I wildcarded, it's a view, one of the selection views is towards game week 37, where you expect them to double as well. So whether or not Bradley will get 2 games or even 1 game, starting 1 game, we're not sure, because TA theoretically should be back. Could be back for game week 34 even. Yeah, so I think he has also, but I think part of the reason is that he's also already used his free hit as well. Yeah, so so Kelleher as well. I ended up not going for him, even though he's really cheap. Yeah, so I'm wondering, but because if I get more news on Alisson, who's supposed to be coming back at before the end of the season as well, but I don't know.
I just want to ask whether Bradley, we did mention about there is potential that trend coming back soon, maybe game week 34. But what do you think in terms of prospect, Bradley? Do you feel he's a rotation risk later, or is just a good pick?
The thing is, it's quite possible that Bradley stays in the side even if TA moves into midfield. But it's too much. It was just too risky for me. Having said that, last week, during the weekend when I watched Liverpool play against Brighton, Bradley was just so far up front. He was often part of the goal scoring threat. And to be fair, it did mean problems. It reminds me of TA at one point where he's leaving space at the back, and Simon Adingra was Brighton were just going on that side. Like 80% of the time, they were just passing to the left and let Adingra carry the ball because the right side was not as strong. So, but fortunately, we managed to weather it out, and with Salah scoring the match winner. But I do think Bradley is a good player. It's just the risk of what happens when he comes back. But if you have him now, I think he'll do well. I just wish I had the guts to bring him in. But but for this game, I expect Bradley to do very well.
All right. He doesn't have Saka, but he has Arsenal midfielder in the form of Odegaard. I think he might actually try a different player. Maybe he can take advantage of it. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's fine. The thing is that Saka would not be, as unlikely to be a captaincy Chadon, because if he was, then definitely you'd want to bring in Saka even if you don't captain him. But Odegaard, the thing is, before the City match, Arsenal have been doing well anyway, and there's been a bit of a spread as well in terms of the who's getting the goals. So I think Odegaard is perfectly fine.
Yeah. If I see here, Kelleher will play double in game week 34 with if let's say Alisson's continue to be out, then you play Petrovic for that game week 35, 36 double, Chelsea, and then 37. So I think that's a great combo. Other than that, I can see Gusto, Van Hack for game week 37 double. I think so. Cunha, interesting one. I think it's more for game week 34 double, and then maybe he move on from there. But not Mateta. The people talking about that, but Cunha could be an interesting one. That's the only Wolves rep that he has.
Yeah, the thing is, but he's benching him for this week probably. Yeah, because when you look at that, you're looking at that team. He's just going to be stuck on the bench for until such time as he is forced to come in, because you just can't see him replacing anyone in the strike line.
All right. So if you're interested or you are trying to finalize your game week 31 draft team, wildcard team, well, you can refer FPL Zhao, how he construct, but this is not really template. People definitely go the likes of Saka, but this could be a different form that you can think about. All right, man. Quickly on captaincy pick before we go to our team. No surprise, right? People are going for Salah, around 1,000 votes, and 57% feels that Salah is the best captaincy for this week. Other than that, Haaland and Saka close. Haaland home to Villa, but I'm still not convinced in terms of Haaland of late in terms of performance. Saka against Luton, yeah, that could be a reason, but safe going for Salah or differential you go Saka. That's all.
The thing is with Liverpool, the reason you go for Salah is that aside from the fact that it is against Sheffield United, but during the weekend against Brighton, he broke his own record of most shots against. Yeah, so more than what is it, 11, 12 or something. So it was insane how he wasn't scoring. So you just think that that's just bad luck, and all of that will come in for tomorrow, for the this midweek match. That's when, against Sheffield. The only slight doubt you would have is, are Sheffield gonna park the bus to make it harder, and as a result in low scoring? Because we have seen Salah blank in 9-0 games before, because what happens is that the opposition focus so much on nullifying Salah that everyone else scores instead. So it's a small risk, but it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be a risk enough for people to seriously consider other options. Any other options will be a huge gamble, I think.
Yep, I agree with you. Let's go to our team in. I go to your team first because you actually wildcarded last week. Are you thinking any transfer for this week?
Yeah, I was so frustrated with LaSalle because that was the first match of the week, which was LaSalle, and yeah, the Newcastle played the first week, and he's definitely out now. So he's out. Gusto is the only one who's a doubt at the moment. So no other issues to the squad. So bearing that in mind, I've decided to roll my transfer and wait for more information. I can't just easily transfer LaSalle anyway because he's got 3.9. Yeah. So my first 11 is that, but with the exception of Udogi and LaSalle on the bench for Braithwaite and Gusto. So I just,
Wow.
and something I mentioned earlier, I think that Gusto is not an issue because if he's fit, he'll play. If he's not, he's unlikely to come off the bench. So I'm just gonna field him anyway. Yeah, against
Mm.
Manchester United. There's still 3 more days for him to recover. So hopefully that he does recover. Plus I get an extra player to in that last game. Brentford, I'm putting him out. I know despite the Isaac trap, I do feel that Everton need to do something at this point. So I've gone for Brentford. Garnacho, who I want to field but just can't find any place who to drop from that first 7.
Yep.
So he has
Yep.
to just stay on the bench.
Yep. I think I agree with your selection, especially up front. You play the inform Muniz for sure. I don't think he's droppable right now. If you are going whether Muniz or Darwin, I think maybe Muniz in terms of form you play him despite Darwin playing at home. But it is an excellent upfront. I mean, San, Saka, Salah, Palmer, Muniz, Darwin, and Haaland.
Yeah, Muniz reminds me of there's one 4.1 guy who's breakout season was also at 4.5 units. His name was Harry Kane. I feel that Muniz is on a similar track. So definitely I can see good things for Muniz happening in the future.
All right, good stuff. Lastly, on keeper, we mentioned offline Petrovic versus Onana. I suggest Petrovic because he's playing at home. But do you agree on that?
Yeah, I mean I'm just going for
The
it's
home team.
very much so I'm just going for the home team. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to my team. I already made my transfer, man, and I already take a -4. And this is my team. Before this, I got 3.3 million in the bank and 2 free transfer. What I have made my transfer is I read out my team. Dubravka in goal. Arela is not playable. Zabani, Gabriel, and Brentford for now. Okay. Got Taylor and Doty on my bench. I still have San because I feel if Spurs talisman is definitely San is going to take penalty. I already brought in Salah, then Saka, and you can see the Palmer, Solanke, Haaland, and Darwin. So Salah and Darwin already entered into my team, but I need to take some fun out from my midfield. Before this I have Richarlison, Foden, and then upfront Watkins. So I just distribute my fund to get in Salah, Darwin, and cheat enabler Sarabia there, away to Burnley. But I couldn't play him because I think those are the same bench headache I have. But Sarabia benching for now. He could be an option in game week 34 because Wolves going to play double in game week 34. Wolves again, Arsenal and Bournemouth both at home, but we shall see how that pan out. So -4 already I took, but I was thinking whether to take another -4 to improve my defense, getting another Arsenal defense in the form of White of Saliba. I have enough money, but for Doherty, if Doherty drop another price, then that won't be um, sufficient to make that move. But I'm still contemplating. Brentford can Everton can be clean sheet? I don't think so, right, man?
Yeah, but Brentford is a goal scoring threat. I'm not sure extra hit is needed. You already have Gabriel. I mean, you don't need to look further because you do have you still have your wild card. So it's not a case of investing too far. I don't
Understand.
know. I just feel that you should keep, and instead of playing Zabani, I think you should play Taylor. I just feel that Burnley have the potential, and Wolves have been looking flat without the likes of Neto and Huang. They seem to have digressed a bit. Yeah, so
Interesting.
so I would go Taylor instead of Zabani and not take and make additional transfer. So but otherwise that's it. I know Dubravka is the tough one because Newcastle's defense looks shattered. And now Pope is also out for the season, so Dubravka could technically stay for the end of the season. But I don't see them keeping any clean sheets, and Everton may be in desperado mode. Having said that, with Everton, an interesting stat I just read is that they haven't won a single game in 2024.
Oh
So
my god.
yeah,
All right, that's something that I will think for the next half an hour. All right,
25
I think
minutes.
that 25 minutes. Okay, we have a question. I mean, you can from we have two questions from Nisha's Powder. His question is: sell Son, Bowen, or Foden for Salah. Which one would you take out? If money not an issue.
I hate this question. Sorry, Nishat. But it's just it's really tough, isn't it? Yeah. So because you think that Salah is going to trash Sheffield United. They all Sunborn and Foden are key to each of the players. But if I were to choose one player, they're more likely to score less. It would probably be Bowen.
Okay, fair. Then
Yeah.
Bowen. It's going to be a tough one. I don't think Sun is sellable. But if let's say you do not have money and you need to sacrifice Sun, maybe that's the only road, then you should do it. But other than that, I think, yeah, Bowen also scored double digit, right?
No, I'm changing my mind. Yeah, I think Foden might be the option because it's just that City has the squad to rotate if they wanted to, and or where Foden ended up with less minutes, whereas Bowen and Son will most likely play the full 90. So I'm changing my mind. I'm saying Foden. I know you have Foden, Hafiz, so too bad. Yeah, I'll say sell
Yeah,
Foden for Salah. If you wanted
yeah,
to sell, yeah.
understand. I already take out Foden's just because of that reason. I think
Yeah.
we discussed last week. I think last week with CK. CK confident Foden gonna play all those games, the Real Madrid game, so on. But I feel the sandwich game, Luton Town between that Real Madrid game, I feel he's going to be benched for that game because Real Madrid is a game that Pep need to play that game. And Luton, you just play the feeder game and they should be okay. Last question from Ice Cold Jones. Thank you for the question. Should I bench Foden? Another Foden question for Palmer or Muniz. So he's thinking whether to bench Foden, but for Palmer or Muniz. Palmer and Muniz on form, man, right?
No, I mean, because Palmer or Muniz, definitely Palmer.
Okay.
Palmer is just I know he's a different level at the moment, and because he has a squad that are better than Fulham squad. The Fulham squad are all hard workers, and they are a team. But Palmer is just he's a talent, so I would still go for Palmer.
So in the end, I think if you don't want to bench Foden because Muniz also on form, right, man? And he's
Yeah.
facing Morris. So I think I'll play Muniz also. So but Foden playing home at Villa, it's gonna be tough.
Mm.
All right, man.
Okay.
We come to the end of the stream. Sorry for the audio issue, but Azmin managed to salvage through his phone. So your last word, man.
All right. So I'm I'm enjoying this new picture of me on the camera, which is just a nice ceiling light. So I just gotta all right. So so okay, so all the best. You've got about 20 minutes more. So those in Malaysia, we passed midnight.
Yep.
Good luck. I'm not sure how much news we'll see. But there's four matches going on tonight, and five matches going on tonight. So you a lot, which is quite a portion of everyone's squad. So all the best, but most probably most of the captaincies are not tonight. So good luck and get as much as possible tonight.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Do subscribe to our FPL Jedi YouTube channel and support us. Hit the like button. But most importantly, play your game. If you feel the Isaac, the Darwin, whoever that you think, because we only left with berapa lagi game, right? 8-9 games. So there's
Nine
not
lah.
much left.
Yeah.
There's not much left. So forget about what people say. We can only advise. But you feel that you have your own strategy, like Epi Azal did share his team, a different, then you just do it. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
luck. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.